Good morning, guys. We just got news that a third player has been released from their national letter of intent at Tennessee. We had Cody Brown, Dylan Brooks, who was picked up by Auburn, and now we have a third player in Jamarian Gooch, who was just released from their letter of intent. So the question becomes, is Auburn going to pick up Jamarian or not? I'm feeling pretty good about Auburn's chances. Before he was committed to Tennessee, he is a native of Tennessee, but before he was committed to Tennessee, he was committed to Auburn in don't quote me on the month, last year. We'll just go with last year in 2020. But then he decommitted around August and signed with Tennessee in December. And as we know, in December, Tennessee just completely fell apart. And the good thing for Auburn is that Will Friend, former coach at Tennessee, is now on staff at Auburn. So there is a good chance that Jamarian Gooch will land at Auburn, and there's a possibility we'll hear something this week. The other thing that Auburn has working in their favor is that since Dylan Brooks signed with Auburn, that's someone that Gooch knows, and so he very well could follow him to the Plains, which would just be another great addition to a recruiting class that has really turned around. We started off pretty low with some of the late additions we've seen from Coach Harsinal. We're now in the top 20. And I really think we can only improve from there. Will we become a top 10 class? I highly doubt that. But we still can make some improvements if we pick up some of these players who are out there in the transfer portal, or some of these players that keep flipping away from Tennessee, like Gooch. The other possible pickup we may see this week, and we could see this as soon as today or a couple days into this week, is Harsinal Miller from West Virginia. He's a quarterback. He's a cornerback transfer from West Virginia. And what I like about him is that, unlike the cornerbacks we saw under Gus Malzahn, and really I should say under Kevin Steele, Miller is a 6'2" cornerback. And so I really like these taller cornerbacks. I think they're helpful, especially when you're going up for the ball. So I like the possibility of us picking up Miller. Will it happen? If you look around at predictions from other websites, I feel pretty comfortable saying that he is going to come to Auburn. And if anything, this is going to provide some depth, but I really think he has a good chance at playing because he does have some experience. So he's definitely, these are two names to watch this week: Harsinal Miller, the cornerback from West Virginia, and Jamarian Gooch. So let's see what happens in the next couple of days. But I feel confident that at least one, but probably or possibly both of them will be coming to Auburn, which is only improving what we're seeing under Harsinal. And finally, before we go, I want to leave you with a question. So with the commitment of Dylan Brooks from Tennessee, and now the possible commitment from Jamarian Gooch from Tennessee as well, I want to know, do you think this is more of a positive of having Coach Harsinal at Auburn? Is this something he is doing? Or is this more something that has happened because of Tennessee's bad situation? What do you think has had a bigger effect on the positive recruiting that we're seeing at Auburn late in the game? Is this more of a Coach Harsinal thing, or is this something that's happening because of the bad luck and the misfortunes at Tennessee? Please let me know down in the comments. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate it, and always appreciate you liking the videos, commenting, participating. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.